In this Madden 24 breakdown, we're going to do a little something different. We're actually going to look at real NFL footage, and we're going to see what EA does depicting or simulating the NFL. So let's talk about it. YouTube, it's your boy Gedden. We got a new Madden video. Let's get it. Week 1 starts this week, so I'm going to use real NFL footage of the Dallas Cowboys versus the Giants, our actual Week 1 matchup. The reason why I'm breaking it down like this, using real NFL footage, is because it's highly authentic, and also it's going to help out gamers read the pocket and read the pass rush. If you're playing a franchise season, you'll be able to see what players you need to cut because they're not getting the right type of animation and reaction or blocking right. So you'll be able to make a much better assessment of what players you want on your team and what players you don't want on your team. With all that being said, let's look at our first play. In this clip right here, you could clearly see a good bend and just the speed of Micah Parsons. But look at Andrew Thomas. He still has a hand on Micah Parsons. He's still trying to push him in the back. He's still trying to regain some kind of leverage, if you will, to push Micah Parsons away. Just look how long this battle is in this second example. Look at how Micah Parsons makes that curve as Andrew Thomas is trying to edge him out so that he does not tackle the quarterback. But look at Andrew Thomas. He still has a hand on Micah Parsons. And this is the last example here. Micah Parsons finally gets a sack on Andrew Thomas and tackles Daniel Jones. As you can see, Andrew Thomas still has a hand all the way to the very end of this play. And even with that, he is still trying to push Parsons on the side of his shoulder, which is legal, so that he doesn't sack the quarterback. So now when we go over to actual Madden footage, you can see a clear difference. And it should be a little different, but come on. EA has been making games for 30 plus years using the NFL license, trying to depict pro football or just football period. In this example, Andrew Thomas gets both hands on Micah Parsons, but he blocks for a second and then completely lets go. That is not realistic football. If anything, Micah Parsons should have to do a move to get this type of separation from an offensive tackle. Mind you, a really good offensive tackle. And here is probably the worst example of them all. Andrew Thomas doesn't even try to attempt to block Micah Parsons. And what makes it even worse, you could clearly see that the programming in the game told Andrew Thomas to not even engage in a block. It's like the game turned off the blocking function for Andrew Thomas. Because as soon as the play was over, all of a sudden, Andrew Thomas gets all big and bad and knocks someone over. All of a sudden, he can engage into a block. This type of gameplay mechanic is a design by EA and is inexcusable. This type of gameplay should not exist in a 30-plus-year-old game. And this last example, this is the best case scenario, and it still doesn't look that great. You have the edge rush making his way towards the quarterback, and Andrew Thomas, the tackle, is still blocking him. But unfortunately, this looks more like a bull rush because it's a straight line. It's not that curved line that we saw earlier in our second example. And also just note, these long interactions, yes, I want them to be in a football game, but I don't want them to be a can animation. Meaning, when this interaction starts, if a user is the pass rusher, the user should be able to interact with this block and go the other way, or break off of the block and go out into coverage. It should not be a can animation. I'm showing you this because it just shows a complete lack of innovation and simulation done by EA Sports. Again, Tiburon has been making Madden for 30 plus years. Do I expect a game in 1 or 2 years of experience to be having this type of interactions where it looked like real actual NFL footage? No, not really, but I do expect it in a 30-year-old developed game. This is all the examples that I have right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This your boy Gedden, and I'm out of here.